Hello everyone, it's the TheCanadianWifier here. Today I have a team for you based around a Floette. I've always kind of been mesmerized by it as a Pokemon. I've always wanted to try it in NU, but I never thought it would actually be decent enough to base our team around it. Now, for a battle that is based around a Floette, this background doesn't seem very fitting, does it? Ah, now that is more like it. You can barely even see the petite little thing hiding over there on the left all by itself, perfectly camouflaged by its surroundings, the ideal venue for a battle starring Floette. Anyway, on to the team preview today, guys. The Floette is max HP, max defense, bold nature. I figured it needs some kind of offensive presence, otherwise it's going to be complete setup fodder, so I opted not to use aromatherapy and just wish protect for the reliability on the recovery, Calm Mind and Moonblast. It actually wins a lot of Calm Mind wars just because Moonblast 30% chance to lower sp attack and such. Alongside it we have straight Gen 5 standard Audino. It carries the heal bell so that aromatherapy is not missed as much on the Floette. Physically defensive, rest talking, Earthquake plus Play Rough Gramble, great switch into Sock. It also has the Earthquake so Magneton doesn't come in and just eat me for breakfast. And then you have the very, very powerful and standard Hairy Plume Probopass core. It is a max HP, max special attack Probopass. It is a decent switch into Sigilyph, decent switch into Fletchinder, gets your Stealth Rock, and then you run Power Gem, Earth Power, and Volt Switch. You have Asvest Hariyama for Fire Spam, which is Fake Out, Close Combat, Knockoff, and Bullet Punch, and then you have max HP, max defense Vileplume with Dual Stab, Sleep Powder, and your choice of recovery. Looking at the opponent's team, nothing's actually that much of a threat. Sock, I have a couple switch-ins for. Vivillon, I have the Probopass. Spiritomb, I have Floette. Floette actually acts as a great switch-in for Spiritomb. Basically, they can't touch the damn thing, and Floette just uses it as setup fodder. Hypno is going to be rather annoying to try to get through because it will be able to beat Floette one-on-one as I don't have aromatherapy on Floette. It will just be able to Toxic Stall it down, and I don't have anything really hard hitting on this team. It relies a lot on residual damage and chipping away at things, and Hypno can obviously just recover it all back in a whim with Wish. And Steelix is obviously sitting there, fat threat, don't really have much to hit it, and it is walling my Floette for days. Anyway, let's get into this battle, looking potential leads on his team. I thought it was going to be Vivillon, so I led with Vileplume. I can't be put to sleep. I can go for the Sludge Bomb, potentially break his sash with the poison, but he leaves off a Spiritomb, which is great, allows me to get off a free Sludge Bomb on anything on his team. He goes out to Magmortar, gonna go for the Lava Plume on my Vileplume. As I switch out into my Asvest Hariyama, it turns out that he is Flame Body as I fake him out and get burned, but it absolutely doesn't matter, as these turns would have played out the exact same, faking him out, close combating him down, and just bullet punching him for the kill. Fortunately for him, the fact that he did get the burn on my Hariyama basically forces me to sack it here, and I would have loved this thing later to get off some damage on Steelix, because if you look at the rest of my team, not many things can actually damage a giant physical threat. Forgetting that it's there, I'm going to go straight for the Calm Mind with my Floette instead of a Moonblast, seeing that the Spiritomb is basically set up fodder, basically testing the waters to see if he actually had anything he could do to me, as knowing the Iron Head is coming over the Earthquake, I'm going to go with the Probopass. Stealth Rock, looking at his team, going to be very important. Break a potential Sturdy on Sock, break the Sash on Vivillon. So I valued the Stealth Rock on that turn much more than any potential Earth Power damage I could have got off on the Steelix. Now, looking at this point in the battle, I know that he wants to preserve Steelix, knowing that it walls a lot of my team, and the Intimidate on the Steelix is definitely hampering his ability to kill my Gramble. So, predicting him to go out into his Vivillon, I'm going to go for the Play Rough, which I absolutely nail correctly. The Vivillon is going to go down to the Play Rough, which is absolutely crucial for me because it could have completely swept my team if left unchecked. And it also allows me to get off more damage on the Steelix, because looking at the rest of his team, he can't switch anything else but the Steelix in on the Gramble. It is his best switch at this point because Iron Head is going to be able to KO me, but I did get off all the damage I really wanted on the Steelix, as now it is in a very manageable range for other Pokemon on my team. Unfortunately, the switch out to the Vileplume is going to allow him to switch in Hypno, the OG check to Vileplume. Insomnia prevents it from going to sleep. It can kill with Psychic, and obviously take very little from any Giga Drain or Sludge Bomb. Now, at this point, I was actually pretty scared of a belly drumming Hypno after I saw the Trick Room, but he reveals Calm Mind, which tells me two things. One, his set is most likely Trick Room, Calm Mind, Psyshock, and Coverage Move, which means he will not have Toxic, and he will not have Wish. But it also tells me that Floette will be able to beat it one-on-one, because what I can do is switch out into Floette, Calm Mind alongside it, and Moonblast will be lowering his special attack, so I will be able to come out on top of that Calm Mind War, even though he does have Psyshock hitting on my weaker defensive side. Anyway, all that is for naught, because on this turn, seeing that I am absolutely going to wall the shit out of him with Audino, and he has no form of recovery, he is going to double out right into Spiritomb, trying to get something started, as I just throw another Wish in the air, and this is going to give me the perfect opportunity to switch out right into Floette, receive the Wish, and just start back from square one. Unfortunately, I overestimate how much Floette is going to be able to do to a Steelix at +1. I should have went straight for 2 Moonblasts, as that would have killed, but I do still have Vileplume waiting in the wings that I can switch into easily. I do end up getting the effect sport. Unfortunately, it's not sleep, but I'll take what I can get at this point. His only real switch into this Vileplume at this point is the Hypno, as I am just going to go right for the Sludge Bomb, predicting that switch in, not messing around, trying to whittle it down as much as I can, as quick as I can, as he's going to set up the Trick Room, thinking that he has the game possibly with a Psyshock kill, but as you can see, even a crit Psyshock barely does half to this damn Vileplume, as the Hypno is just going to go straight down to the Sludge Bomb. He brings in the Spiritomb, and like it has all battle, Spiritomb is just a free invitation for Floette to come on in and absolutely ruin lives. I'm going to go straight for the Moonblast this time. I have learned my lesson, as it does 19%. Steelix gets back up to 19%. I absolutely have no reason to risk it, though. I do have a Vileplume that's perfectly capable of switching into a Steelix, especially one that is going to go for Iron Head, as Vileplume is going to force out the Steelix, as I can get up a free Moonlight. The reason he hasn't gone into Sock on any of these turns is because I wall Sock just as well as I wall Steelix or Spiritomb at this point. Between Floette and Vileplume, it really can't do anything. At this point, Floette's going to come back in, crit the Steelix. It absolutely does not matter at this point, as 2 Moonblasts would have killed the Steelix from that range, so it just speeds up the battle by 1 turn. As he brings in Sock, knocks off my Violate as I throw a Wish up in the air. He does switch out, as he wants another chance with my Violate not on to hit me with Sock, so that's fine. I'm going to take the time to go for a Calm Mind. The Shadow Sneak without a Violate only does about 30%, as I'm able to cleanly kill the Spiritomb. And as the Sock comes back in, I am going to protect to see what it locks itself into. Make sure I have an appropriate check and or switch, as it does just appear to be Earthquake, and a Choice Banded Sock barely does anything to this Floette, even with the Violate removed, as Moonblast is just going to be a clean kill. So Floette hanging out in the flower field it deserves to be in, proving its worth against 2 of the most annoying Pokemon in the tier. Spiritomb can be an absolute hassle to try to switch in on, and Floette turns it into setup fodder, and Sock, outside of Choice Banded Poison Jab, which is rather uncommon, would not be able to touch it at all. Now, this video was absolutely not to try to advocate using Floette on an amazing stall team, because that is absolutely not what this is, but it is here to advocate the fact that Floette is definitely a usable member in the NU metagame, and the old rule of NU stays true here: everything is a threat until proven worthless. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, a rating would be much appreciated, and I hope to see you all next time. Take it easy, have a good day, see you later, peace out guys.